I hope death is like being carried to your bedroom when you were a child and fell asleep on the couch during a family party. I hope you can hear the laughter from the next room. No source, unknown. One of my favorite. I just believe and hope that that's the case. I was looking at Capricorn energy in that sense of the world card. What cycle has closed out? Where, what's next? We're sort of pushing off from one shore and boldly floating into we know not what. And I looked down, and what I had written a couple of days ago was uncharted territory. That's it. We don't know. I think we can prepare and, make sure when we set sail, steady as she goes, we have some sense of where we're headed and some sort of map. But it is uncharted in a sense that, those old maps, they'd get to the edge and say there be dragons beyond this place. They actually mapped in a funny way the empty space. There be dragons beyond this place. It's like that's where our we can no longer, with the telescope. Not a telescope? Yeah. Monocular vision somehow is involved. Capricorn. We're letting go of King of Pentacles. Oh, I'm sorry, Knight of Pentacles. In Earth energy, like Capricorn, this is slow forward movement. This is how Capricorn does it. Step by step by step. Hard work. With a goal in mind. Moving toward it, like not deviating. Steady as she goes. That's this. Steady as she goes. That's when you're in a boat. You want to go forward with the wind just right, picking your path, not panicking. This is not a panicking energy at all. Like stay grounded would be the message of that energy. Prince of Swords. This one on the board is kind of coming in with the sword. Listen to me. I have a message for you. And this Knight of Pentacles energy is pretty unflappable. No matter what message comes in, or it could be a text or even like a voicemail. There's a little bit of I shall not be moved. Like a tree that's standing by the water, I shall not be moved. A protest song from the early 60s. Civil rights movement. I shall not be moved. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. So I think some truth is coming into perhaps a Queen of Pentacles, perhaps a Capricorn. And this is sort of the delivery system, which is in page energy. It's Prince of Swords, but it's page energy. And if somebody's telling a big truth in a text or a voicemail, It's almost like trying to stuff a truth into a small container, somehow underplaying it. Underplaying it. Under Prince of Swords. King of Pentacles. Holy shit. King and Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, all this earth energy. This is put together, this is like a life partnership. Pentacles. Life and time, some long-term life partnership. And there's a question involved. Like, I think that somebody is answering a question, but packaging it in a small, I mean, it's not like, da, 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 la, la, I'm answering the question. It's sort of like, almost casual. But the content is somehow profound. King of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. I think that this person is aligned now with a personal truth. They've discovered it. They got curious. They sort of dug in. They were actually in search of this, and it looks like they found it. This can speak to the self, like the personal truth is, here I am. I'm present. I'm here for you. They're saying it in such a, what's that about? The small package and the big message. Hangman. Hangman is Piscean energy, can be quite dreamy. It looks like it's an emotional truth. Okay, that's weird. That just flew into my hand. Four of Swords. I discovered something about myself. I went silent, and I discovered something about myself. I didn't move. I held still, and I discovered what I'm becoming. There's been, in some way this person has grown. And they're seeing it from a different perspective now. They're shifting their perspective so that they can access this truth. And they've had to, the reason it can't be a big message is because they're in a position of not talking very much, if at all. They've gone to ground. But it's a revelation of some kind and an epiphany about, I think, what they feel. And what they feel is a great connection to this person. These guys may have had a lot of years together because it's Pentacles energy, which can speak to a long time. Yeah, I'm not sure. On Hanged One we have Eight of Pentacles. All this earth energy is just amazing. This is a card of doing the work over time. almost like taking the cosmic time out to ripen, to become fully immersed in what I feel. It took a lot of time. This is a card of suspension, so this wasn't like the pause that refreshes. This was work that really accomplished, I think, the new perspective. They had to perhaps, perhaps separate from kind of their other half. And it might be something like healing the schism. This might represent some sort of schism because they're having to heal it, right? To heal some untruth or some lie or some schism between these two. And there may be a message like, let's get on with it. These, I think what they are two mature people, maybe advanced in years. And only now in their, I hope death is like being carried to your bedroom when you were a child and fell asleep on the couch during a party. I hope you can hear the laughter from the next room. It's something about, a kind of carpe diem, we're in the last leg of some sort of growth spurt or era or age. We've done the work. Taken a time out to really explore our feelings, to get some sort of epiphany about it. And it involves seeing it from the other person's perspective. Under Knight of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. Well, I think that it might be that there's some kind of message coming in to this kind of unflappable earth energy person who takes the time to care for people. That's who they are. They're a kind of empress energy of self-care, care for the other, home. And it might be in some small package, like a text or a voicemail that says, I was lying, I deceived you, I knew I was doing it, sword energy. I'm kind of like, I've learned my lesson. I'm healing my ability to tell the truth. I'm looking for the next opportunity, Ace of Swords, to tell the truth, to kind of correct this. There was some sort of illusion involved. And it's somehow kind of a now you see it, now you don't. The elusive white stag. This person may have spun a yarn, a story of some kind that was fairly elaborate. But it was all part of an exit strategy. Seven of Swords can be that, escapism or exit or catch me if you can, kind of. And I think that this person has recognized, they've seen it. They've recognized their own behavior. They're ready to talk about it, but through this little message, maybe because they're only just healing their ability to tell the truth. And while they were healing, you know, that was their focus. I've got to do the work of understanding myself emotionally, and I've got to heal the way I communicate. On Queen of Pentacles, oh wow, Lovers. Air energy, Gemini. King and Queen of Pentacles, Lovers. It can be a choice. It can be, I mean, it's a very powerful major arcana energy of connection. And again, in this small delivery system. It's almost like, you know, hey there, I told a bunch of whoppers, you know, I'm on the mend, and I hope I can heal the schism between us. This is the schism. I couldn't understand why Ace of Swords struck me as a divide, but here it is. You know, and it's sort of almost like I lied about being here and being present, Knight of Pentacles. But it was like a double lie because I actually am present. You know. That's a complicated dynamic to try to explain. Well, it is a new slant. It is a new perspective. It is a new way of communicating. And I guess they're not used to it. And man, we get this message again and again at the somebody finally recognizing what kind of relationship this is. And there was a refusal to recognize it before. There was a lot of pretense or subterfuge or self-sabotage or lying to oneself as well as to the other person. I think this was the love of their life. This was, or should have been, their life partner. And I think there's a question now, can we even choose this? Is this any more an option? This truth between us, this face-to-face, you know, in 3D, this is who I am. And kind of the answering call, this is who I am. Can we see our way clear? You know, this is like Archangel Michael, I believe. This is a heavenly, you know, almost like the parting of the cloud of illusion between these two. That beam of light is like the sword of truth. We recognize each other. I mean, again and again we get this. Because there was a lot of effort being put into, you know, dissembling or duplicity, these two versions of the self, the mythical self and the true self that was somehow inaccessible because this person was hiding from themselves and from the one who could have been their match. On King of Pentacles, Nine of Swords. King of Pentacles was very afraid to be who they were, be who they are, to show their true face. You know, here we have somebody hiding the face. I'm afraid. I'm afraid of this connection. Sword energy. I'm afraid now to tell the truth about the fact that I lied before. You know, you were trustworthy, Nine of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles, you were trustworthy, and I lied to you. It's like a confession, but it's still like this person's too scared to say very much. 9, speak to the personal. King of Pentacles was scared to tell the truth. So what do they do? What is this text message or voicemail or something? 9 of Wands. You know, they might be exhausted. So now they can speak the truth, but they only can, you know, they don't have much energy. And I think they'd have to explain both sides of something. It's like there's the white dog and the black dog. Another 9 card too, which is interesting. Explain the two sides of something, like from my perspective and from your perspective. Or what you might have thought about, you know, I don't think Queen of Pentacles bought into this nonsense. And she may be the one who's doing the voicemail or the text. And she's put up with a lot. She had to kind of walk through the fire. So Queen of Pentacles undoubtedly presented a very calm exterior. And it's true, she's grounded and calm. She, he, they. But there's still, the other party is still hesitant to reveal themselves. And I think, you know, this is a kind of a card of yin yang, and in a way so is this with the black dog and the white dog. And the light that divides these two or exists between these two and this wand. I think this person wants to make amends. Because they've recognized their own patterns, 9 of Wands. And they had a pattern of doing this. It's almost coy. Now they can see it in themselves. They can see it. It's kind of like the bare truth, the bare bones. So they've recognized and are trying to heal their propensity, their tendency to, you know, lie or be duplicitous or just think about, sword energy, how to escape. Whereas the other person is kind of as real can be. So they're now going to show themselves, King of Pentacles, but they're afraid. And I'm just hearing, you know, be afraid, be very afraid, you know, like it's not, you're not wrong, King of Pentacles, to be afraid. Because it's uncharted territory. I mean, if this person has yet to tell the truth to somebody they've been around for a long time, maybe 8 years, and suddenly the truth comes out, and they're thinking about, you know, what this has done to the other person. And really taking a deep dive into what they feel about the fact that they loved somebody who loved them back, and they lied, I think because they were afraid. Like, if you see my true face, Star card. Brilliant air energy card of Aquarius. What we're moving into, right? What are we leaving? But it's uncharted territory. This is kind of the map. It shows us how to get there. It shows us how to get to the healing place. It shows us the process. Because healing is a process. It happens in stages. You know, it's like, I'm getting the feeling, you know, when you surface too quickly, if you're a scuba diver or something and you surface too quickly, you get the bends. It's almost like this person has so many truths to tell that they have to do it a little at a time. Prince of Swords. And that may have made the other person also shrink down. You know, they ended up texting back and forth. This is what it looks like to me, about a connection this profound. Well, in steps Aquarian energy of the overview. Not only the personal truth, but the big cosmic truth. Seven of Pentacles. That, I think, is the ability to see from a higher perspective that this needed to happen. You know, this was the process, again, the growth process. Pentacles speak to growth. You know, will we finally have enough? It's a plentiful enough harvest that we can gather in the fruits of our labors. 7 and 7 is 14, is Sag. 9 and 9, 18, is Moon. Moon is uncharted territory. It's something as yet unconscious, not fully conscious. And I think what's happening here is almost like a telepathic Queen of Pentacles being able to just like, I mean, she's not going to shame this person for the lies. She might even, she, he, they, whoever Queen of Pentacles is, could be a same-sex couple. That she's going to acknowledge how hard it's been for them, and that they've done a lot to what? High Priestess. Well, that's divine feminine energy of intuition and seeing beyond the 3D world and seeing through these as well. You can't, I mean, if you're dealing with High Priestess, you can't really like, you know, do a bunch of fancy footwork and razzle dazzle kind of with small talk, because they weren't trying to reveal through their speech who they were. They were trying to hide who they were. Aquarian energy kind of sees it all from this overview, from both perspectives. And it's all about healing. It's all about healing and clarity and truth-telling. So what is the overview? What is, because it's both like the overview and the vision that penetrates behind the veil of 3D life. What's the vision that penetrates? Six of Cups. I think it's the ability to look into a relationship of a long-standing, or at least that feels like you've known this person forever. And it may almost be not instant recognition, but like I didn't know who I was talking to or what I was dealing with. I didn't really see it. I wasn't letting myself see it. I was in denial about what this was. Now I see it from the higher perspective and from the other person's perspective. You know, I see it in a kind of with mental clarity and with high intuition. And I think it has to do with where we are now. Seven of Pentacles, you know, time to look at it and see where are we. This is a soulmate connection, a lover's connection. Six of Cups, 6 in Major Arcana. Is it this one? King of Wands. I mean, one thing that makes the King of Wands, you know, who does things and takes control and is empowered, is that they've done this. They've healed patterns. They've looked at their patterns. Prince of Swords, 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands is a personal pattern. Perhaps a pattern of dissembling and hiding and, you know, but this is not that. This is like, there could be another soulmate involved. Tell us about the King of Wands and what... Queen of Wands. Okay, so these guys, these soulmates are a match in more ways than one. On the level of the heart and passion and creativity, and I mean, they came together for a reason. And now I think it's time, Pentacles energy, that they come together for like the last leg of the race. You know, even if we're limping toward the end. You know, it's sort of like in sickness and in health or something like that. You know, you don't have to hide from me. And this is kind of a big, yes, I've healed, yes. You know, I've healed from perhaps a 5 of Swords, contentious, fighting, combative mental state where I just wanted to fight. I don't know why this person wanted to fight. They wanted to hide the truth. And now they've got like crystal clarity about it. It's both, you know, mental clarity and intuitive clarity. And I think that the intuition aspect of this duo is divine feminine. You know, they've known it on that. And it's all about the connection, right? There's a spider's web here. The connection bore fruit. the time is right. Should these two want to meet up, it's on completely new terms. Prince of Swords, lovers. And King of Pentacles is nervous. But like it's a sort of like I see you and I summon my courage, my power, my solar plexus energy to do this thing. This thing. He one of them is inexorably drawn to the other. Can't lie anymore. Okay, and in Major Arcana we have Pisces. Cancer and Libra. And again, those two opposites, right? Like the two dogs, the two pillars. Somebody standing. Somebody's already crossed through the portal. And I think what this King of Wands is determined to do is to, the last leg of the race. Not to waste more time. Like, get on with it, tell the truth, tell your personal truth. If this person is your person, they'll hear you out. And at least then you'll have the choice. They'll have the choice. Do I forgive this business and acknowledge the connection that's undeniable? Because it is sort of a question mark. But I think this could heal over time. And I think with this Seven of Pentacles, these two, the King and the Queen, have a good chunk of time left, to connect, to honor this relationship. I think King of Pentacles is scared they've wasted too much time trying to be dodgy. And we don't really see why they've been dodgy. I don't think it's because they had another partner, another soulmate. But these two are matching twice on the board. King and Queen of Pentacles, King and Queen of Wands, and is the archetype of lovers. And it's almost like, now that I've recognized who you are to me, I'll walk through the fire, I'll walk through the flames to get to you. Through the smoke and flames, I gotta go where you are. Great old song. Okay, we have Pisces, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Libra. I think if this person can overcome their fear and show their true face and tell the truth about who they are, they've got a shot at this. No guarantees. Both parties need to choose to recognize each other and be present for each other. Because I'll tell you, I don't think Queen of Pentacles it's almost like if you discover, if Queen of Pentacles discovers one more lie, that kind of breaks the contract or something. But I think they'll get the truth. And I think it's a truth they can live with, Pentacles energy. This is a connection that runs deep. Over lifetimes, right? All these Pentacle energies of life and time. We've been here before. We've all been here before. Okay. I'll see you next time.